Hello and welcome. My name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot. And this is part 2, the letter B of all of my... Letter B, letter B, letter B, letter B of all of my decks from A to Z. And I have the Barkana Tarot, which is was a project, I don't think you can get it anymore, that donated part of the proceeds to service dogs, and I believe all of the dogs in this deck are actually someone's dogs. I'd have to look on the website. It doesn't have a guidebook, and it is cute with the little collars on it. And I got this in memory of my dog when he passed. So this is kind of our deck. It's very, I love the backs. They remind me of the Boo Tarot, kind of. And all the dogs are very sweet. It's an RWS clone with dogs. So I don't know if you reached out. I know that they were closing shop. If you really wanted it and reached out, maybe they would have some copies left over for sale. I don't know. So that's the Barkana Tarot. I have the Blood Moon Tarot, and I have the deluxe art book that goes with it. It does come with a PDF that you can download and print. I do have that downloaded as well. It's a beautiful box. And the artwork in this is amazing. If you haven't seen the art book, it has full page color illustrations and the descriptions for each card. There is no difference in the content of this, I do not believe, than the PDF. Maybe something like this is not in the PDF, but the descriptions of each card are the same. And the suits are renamed in this deck. Let's get this out of the way. So the suits are renamed. We have skins and songs. Oh, well, we'll see as we look. So it's gilded. And those are the incredible backs. Some of the most beautiful backs of all time. Right up there with the Botan. Skins. Skins are snakes. And the honey is, so we have honey with a lot of bees with the pentacles. The majors, I believe, are all the same name. Songs are cups. Oh, I love this card. Skins, songs, honey, and I love this lover's card so much. Dreams. Dreams are swords or air. So it isn't too much of a leap to remember the suits, and the imagery in the card is very intuitive, I think, anyway. It is one of the most beautiful decks I have. And I love the way the borders, they are different for each suit, and they do like extend the artwork in the card out. Let's see. We can get them all. So those are it's a border on the song, it's a border on the honey, border on the skins, and the border on the dreams. Okay, so that is the Blood Moon Tarot. And I have the Bohemian Animals Tarot, which has a really, really excellent guidebook. It is also mass market, but each card gets a lot of information. So highly recommend that. I trimmed mine. It had very large borders, and the cards were big, because now it's regular tarot size. It was gilded. I tried to edge it in gold. I don't like the way it came out, but it's okay. And it's an anthropomorphic deck. It is also, it renames some of the cards. It has at least one extra major card. So the goddess and the god instead of the emperor and the empress. Shaman instead of high priestess. Hierophant. Carousel instead of chariot. warrior instead of strength. So there's a lot of renaming of the majors in this. And so it isn't like that unicorn. It isn't really an RWS clone. You can read it that way, but it goes its own way a little bit. So yeah, so then we get to 21, and then we have the universe, and then we have the afterlife. And then we have fire. And one of those, how do you say that? I forget now. I'll put it. And then water, mermaid. And it has animals from all over the world in it. And then air. And I like the artwork, and I like that it's sort of pastel, I guess maybe. Is it pastel or is it colored pencil? I don't know. It looks a little more like pastel to me. And then earth. Little gnomes there. Has some bugs in it. They're kind of creepy a little bit. But I'm not going to say it's not a little bit creepy, the anthropomorphic, but I do like it. So that is the Bohemian Animals. So we have the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. I have the mass market. It was kind of glossy. I trimmed mine a little bit and edged it in black. And it is a very nice guidebook, and I love Gabby's art. I'm sorry that I did not know about this deck when it was indie. And so there is a little bonefire, I think, on every card. Just have to look for it sometimes. Angles. And I mean, yeah, bonefire. It's a very nice deck. Like how she hid in the drawings the numbers and the names. So that's the Bonefire Tarot. And this is the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot. And it has this nice guidebook, very big, chunky guidebook. This is out of print. It's like, those are the infants' backs, the red gilding. I got this secondhand and some of the gilding was chipped a little, but I don't care because that's an issue with this deck. And I use it and I would chip it anyway. And it is beautiful and it lives up to everything you've heard about it. And I'm glad I got it. Anna Turian's artwork is amazing. And she and Evelyn Cameron made a beautiful deck. And despite all of the drama that surrounded it, I don't know that there's much of anyone who is sorry that they got it. Mermaid. And I was patient and just put out in search of, I can't remember if I paid for this or if I traded for it. Honestly, I don't remember. So that is the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot. And this is the Boo Tarot. It's by the same creators as the Lily White, Lily Black, Tarot Reynard, some others, I think. And mine has gotten quite a bow in it. The bow keeps, every time I get it out, it's a little more pronounced. Maybe that's because it's humid today. I don't know. It has these little cards like a lot of the decks do with the keywords on it. And it does come with a nice little guidebook. Is it in French and English? Yes, it's in French and English. And it is, I don't have a lot of adorable decks, but this is definitely adorable. Adorable ghosts. The cardstock is just really disappointing. I don't know if they're planning on reprinting it with better cardstock or not. I don't know that I would get it again, because it wasn't, you know, it's not cheap. It's an indie deck, came from France. But yeah, they could have done something better about the cardstock. So that is the Boo Tarot. And I have the Botan Tarot. I got the little zine guidebook that goes with it, which is, you can still get this. And this is like super expensive. Inexpensive. This is very inexpensive. It's like $5 maybe. It has a lot, it has images of all of the cards, beautiful artwork. Oh, love this deck. So that is the guidebook. And it comes with this drawer style box. Has a ribbon in it. I glued it to the end because it was just loose. And those are those indigo edges. And those are the backs. I could just stare at those backs all day long. And it comes with a little guidebook, which, I don't know, I'm kind of confused why there's so few words on it when there's all this white space. But you do have an image of each card. So, I don't know, I thought that was odd. I believe that this artist is working on a new project, but this is not, the Botan Tarot is not for sale right now because the artist wanted to focus on their new project rather than dealing with printing and shipping and tracking and all that's involved there. Can't blame them. And it's lovely linen cardstock, nice core in it. And it is beautiful. It's a gorgeous deck. It has kitsune in it, and it speaks to Japanese American history a little bit. I think the tower is a tower from an American Japanese internment camp from World War II. It is all that. And then some. I love the birds and the swords, the coins. Ah, little bunnies. It's just, it's all that. It really is. So that's the Botan Tarot. And I have the Brady Tarot. I have the first and second edition. I prefer the first, so I'm going to show the first. It's in this wooden box, and it has the white borders, and the cards are a little bit smaller and not quite as thick. And it has this nice guidebook. I think I like this guidebook a little bit, but the guidebook is bigger. So since I had them both, I figured I'd let you see them both. So this is the box for the second edition. They're both gilded. You can see the difference in size here. They're both thicker decks. And then the backs are essentially the same. It has a black border, it has a white border. So the artwork is bigger in the second edition, but it's not as crisp. The guidebook is smaller. And the print is smaller, I think. The print is smaller. Yes. So the guidebook being smaller, the print being smaller, my eyes being old. I prefer many things about the first edition to the second edition. And it's an animal deck. But it's a very kind of brutally honest animal deck. It definitely pulls no punches. And it's dark. Definitely need light to see a lot of the cards. And need to study what's going on in the cards. So on the minors, we have keywords on each one, which I think are more Thoth inspired than RWS inspired. So it does help you out a little bit. And then we have daughters and sons and mothers and fathers for court cards. Love this. And I do have a penchant for animal decks. And I do have a very soft spot for this one. I will never let this go. Not the first edition. So that is the Brady Tarot. And I did trade for this and another deck at the same time. And I forget what I traded away for it. And it's the Bright Future Tarot. And this is the one with the keywords on it. And it's out of print now. I don't know if it's going to come back in print. So this deck does have what I've heard is an excellent workbook / guidebook that goes with it that I would love to get a hold of. If you have a copy and you want to sell it, I would love that. Or we could trade. I have some stuff I want to trade. I think it's pretty cool. It's not really my aesthetic, if I'm being totally honest. Aliens, not my thing. But I do like it. Something about it is very cool. I like this card. But I always like the Ace of Cups. Not all of the keywords resonate for me. It's okay. You don't have to use the keywords that are on the card if you don't want to. Like that card too. Like that has foxes in it. And bees. Like bees. Are they bees or are they wasps? So that is the Bright Future Tarot. And then we have the Buddha Tarot by Robert M. Place. And this was published recently. Schiffer? Was it Schiffer? I think it is Schiffer. No, Red Feather. Sorry. Yeah, I think Red Feather is division of Schiffer. Anyway, it has a really excellent guidebook. Huge. Because of Robert M. Place. And this is a reprint. The older version is tarot sized and is expensive. The cardstock on this was unfortunate. I had to get a replacement deck. Schiffer sent it to me for free and sort of blended the two. I trimmed it because they were huge. I mean, these are still big, and it's a pip deck, and the suits are everything is renamed in this. So I don't know that you can really use it without doing some study and having either the will to learn or already knowing all these different concepts, the Buddhist concepts in here. I don't know anything about Buddhism, so it is work. I like the artwork though. I like the deck. I like Robert M. Place. And I love this moon card. So, and I don't even remember without looking. So I guess Jules is probably fire. That seems like a giveaway, doesn't it? And this devil is awesome too. They seem to be. And then the lotuses. See, I would guess that lotuses are cups just because they're water, but I think they're not. And then there's these Vajras, and then there's like double Vajras, which, yeah, I don't know. It goes its own way. It has 78 cards. It has one extra major, but it really is kind of its own system. So that's the Buddha Tarot. So that is the roundup of all of my B decks. I have 2 Kickstarters that start with B that have not shipped yet. One is the Black Violet, and the other is Bodicia's Tarot of Earthly Delights, which I am very excited for. I'm excited for both of those. So you will see those in the future when they arrive. So thanks for watching my bees, and take care of yourself. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, so I've decided to do a giveaway for the length of all of my decks A to Z videos. So whenever I am done doing all of those videos, this giveaway will end. And it's for the Dreaming Way Tarot. It's a mass market deck. and you've probably seen this before. I'm not going to do a full flip through. It's a very nice deck, just isn't one that I use, so I've decided to give it away. So this is open to everyone who's 18 years or older, and if you're in the US, the shipping is free. If you're outside the US, then you have to be willing to spring for the shipping, because I just can't, this is a hobby, I can't afford to ship to other countries, especially when sometimes it's like $30. So there's that. And how you need to enter is to, in the comments, put in a comment, all one word, all my decks. And that's all you need to do. You can comment more if you'd like to, and then I will contact you if you won at the end of the drawing. Okay, thanks.